Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Now I have been talking about that there are certain important things when you apply for various different research positions, be it postdoc position or research related like PhD position, or even if you apply for some research assistant position, there are certain things which are required. Like for example, you need to know how to write your CV or like make a good CV. I have already made a video in detail about that. You can watch that video, but I thought to make a video about statement of purpose which was not there on the channel. So this is a updated video where I'm going to talk about like how to write down a statement of purpose, especially for postdoc applications. I'll be also making another video where I'll be talking about a statement of purpose for PhD position. Statement of purpose for postdoc position are slightly more advanced, or you can say they are more detailed. For PhD position, you don't have to be that much detailed, but yeah, we can talk about that in a separate video. Let's stick to the topic and let's talk about statement of purpose for postdoc positions. Right. So I have made certain slides. I'll be talking about things over here, and at the end, I'll also give you certain templates so that you can see and like you can incorporate your own things over there. All right, so first of all, the most important thing in a statement of purpose is to answer four questions. Okay, the first thing is who. Okay, so you have to answer that who you are as a researcher. Like you have to introduce yourself or tell about yourself, because the other person, when they are reading your statement of purpose, they should get to know that from where you are coming. Okay, what things you are bringing up. Then second thing is what you have accomplished, like what are the things that you have accomplished, your PhD, your degrees, your certificates, all those things in short. And then why this specific lab. This is a very important question where we are talking about why that specific lab. You are writing a statement of purpose to join as a postdoc in a certain lab, and this should not be generic. Okay, you are writing it for a particular lab, so you should be specific that why you want to join that particular lab. Okay, and it should be very clear, and it should come really in a very easy way. The other person should understand and should get convinced that why you are joining their lab. And the last thing is that what you want to do next. Okay, so okay, let's say that the lab hires you, you become a postdoc in that lab. What you are going to do there? Okay, so these are four major questions which your statement of purpose for postdoc position should answer. Okay, so all your everything in your SOP should support these four answers. Now, there are six paragraphs in a statement of purpose, generally like six short paragraphs, which are going to define the six important things which we are going to talk about. So number one, the first paragraph is your research identity, basically about yourself. You are going to talk about your research, like yourself, like who you are, from where you have done your PhD, and all the other things related to that. Okay, so your research identity is your first paragraph. So bear with me. I'll be showing you some templates so you will get an idea how to do that. And second paragraph is your research background. It is important to tell that what background you are coming from. For example, you are someone who has done research or who has done PhD in organic chemistry, specifically let's say organic synthesis. So you should tell about your research background, that what work you have done in your PhD or what were your major works in your PhD. Okay. And paragraph 3, it can be merged, like you can merge paragraph 2 and 3 also. That is also like that can also be done. But if you're separating it up, so paragraph 3 should tell a best research story. So what work you have done, what research you have done, you should tell it in a story way. So it is very important to know how to tell a story. Okay, so imagine that you are telling a story to someone. What like what a good storytelling means, or what a good story brings up. Number one, it should introduce few basic things like what your heroes are for the story. Then you should tell that what that hero is capable of doing and what are the things that it cannot do, basically introducing your hero. And then you should tell about the villain, like who is the villain whom your hero is going to fight about. And then you have a climax, like there will be fight between hero and villain, and then the conclusion. In the same way, when you're talking about your research work, it should go like your hero is your like research aim. So what is your research aim? That is your hero. Then the limitation of that work, or the thing which were not found, or the thing which you were looking for, that was the villain, because you were not aware about that. Okay, so you'll be explaining that. And then there will be climax, like how you pulled off that research, how you completed that research, how you were able to accomplish that particular research gap or whatever thing you have covered. and then the conclusion, like what you learned from there. So that's how a good story should go. So that is going to be in your paragraph 3, and you have to keep it short. You don't have to keep it very long, just keep it short. Okay. And then comes the most important paragraph of your SOP, which is why this lab. I already talked about in the previous slide why this lab is most important. That's where the other person will understand that yes, these are the things you liked about that lab and you want to join. So it should not be generic, like just telling about that thing. I'll be talking about this specifically, so bear with me. The next slide, sorry, the next paragraph is going to be about future research direction, like what are the future research you are planning to do in that particular lab. And then the last thing, or the closing remark of your SOP should be your career goal. Like what career goal you have, whether you want to stay and do more research in that field or something like that. Okay, so your career goal should be your last and closing point. You can even mention if you have certain other career perspective, if you want to learn some skills over there and then try are planning to do something else in your career, you can mention that. But for political reasons, just try to be in a way that okay, my career goal is around, like it's around what work I'm going to do in your lab. That is a better way. Okay, it's just like even if you are willing to switch or do something, it's better to include that in your SOP. Okay. All right. The most important paragraph is paragraph 4, where you are going to talk about why that particular lab. So this particular thing should include these three things. Okay, their research. You should have done a good like survey or literature review of their research. You should have a good idea about what research they are doing. Then your own experience, what experience you are coming with, so your PhD work. And then what future overlap with, means what your experience and what their lab is doing, how they overlap with each other. Basically you are trying to tell that yes, I know these things and your lab is also doing these things, so if you hire me, I can come in your lab and I can work on these things and I can develop these things in a better way. Now of course, when you are talking about this paragraph 4, you should mention like one or two specific paper or theme in which the lab is working. So if you go to the lab page, you'll be able to see different fields in which that particular lab is working, so you can mention that. Then show how your skills, whatever skill you have, how that fit into that lab, and then explain what you want to learn there. So you are not just coming to contribute, but you also want to learn. It's like give and take relationship. So once you get into that lab, you can share your skills and you can also learn from their lab. So it's important to clarify these things. Okay, and don't give praise over there. Okay, don't praise like, oh, you have done exceptionally good work or something like that. Everybody understands at this stage that you are just trying to butter things up. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, so just some do's and don'ts. Do's, like connect your work with the scientific question. Okay, show 1 2 strong achievement which you have. Tailor the statement of purpose to the PI's lab. It means you have to link them. And then keep future goals very clear. Okay, what are the things you should not do? List every technique. You don't have to list every technique. Don't list like, okay, I know how to use Excel, I know how to use how to record UV spectra or something like that. Some major things which you know and which you think that they are important to be mentioned, that should be only mentioned. You don't have to explain each and everything. Okay, then copy paste the same SOP everywhere. Don't do that. Okay, SOPs are very specific. You don't keep sending them in your cold emails. You don't have to attach in the cold emails unless the other person asks for SOP. Until that, you don't have to provide it. Okay, SOPs are generally sent on the second stage when, let's say, you sent a cold email, the other person responded, then you send a statement of purpose. Okay, in that case you have to send that. So these are very specific. You should not make a generic SOP. Use vague lines. You should not use vague lines like I'm very passionate and all these things. Everybody is passionate in this field. Okay, so don't do that. And don't turn it into a full research proposal. Okay, this is a statement of purpose, not your research proposal. So don't mix the things up. So it should be very specific. Okay, so let's start with this. This is the first template. This is for a standard research focused postdoc SOP. So your first paragraph, where you are introducing who you are and what you are applying for. So you will start with like, I'm currently completing or have completed my PhD, depending upon whether you are waiting for your final defense or whether you have already defended. So you have to mention that from so and so, whichever institute. Okay, so your field and your institute. I worked under the supervision of under whom you have worked, and my research has primarily focused on, like, what your research has focused upon, that you can tell over here. And I'm now seeking a postdoctoral training that will allow me to. So what you are willing to look for that postdoctoral training. So you can put that in the first paragraph. Then the second paragraph is your PhD or research background. So you have to talk about, like, during my PhD, I worked upon, like, what you worked upon during your PhD. I used so and so instruments to address or to solve or to get. So what instruments or what things you have or what technique you have used to achieve what. Okay, that's what is going to be your other like other sentence or other few sentences about it. My research showed that. Now what your research showed, what was the outcome of your research? Okay, you have to mention that. And then this work gave me experience in. So what experiences you got in that particular like by doing that work. It also strengthened my foundation in, like, what were the things that made like after your PhD you become expert in certain thing, or you become, certain fields are where you get some more experience, right? So you can tell that, like, I got a strengthen in my, like, it also strengthened my foundation in, let's say, spectroscopy or in anything. Okay, whatever work was there. Then comes your third paragraph, that you have to talk about one major project or achievement. So one of my major project was focused upon. So you can mention one of your best project during your PhD. In this project, we asked whether, like, so what was your research aim? You can mention there. I was primarily responsible for. So what you did in that project, whether you like, you only just collected data and somebody else did the analysis, or you did everything. So you can mention there that I collected the data, I like recorded everything, and then I summarized everything, I did the analysis, I made figures and all the things. Whatever you did for that project, you can mention. Our result demonstrated that. So what your results demonstrated, what outcome did you got from that particular project? And this project further motivated my interest in. So this is going to be very important point, where you are going to tell that this project which I did in my PhD was one of my major project, and these things I did over there, and that particular project has further motivated my interest in doing so and so things, which you can connect with the next paragraph, which is why this lab. So your interest build up in a particular thing, and that lab is doing certain things over there, so your interest aligns now. Okay, then comes, of course, the most important paragraph, that I'm particularly interested in joining Professor so and so, whomsoever you are applying lab, because of your work upon. So what work they are doing. Your research is especially relevant to my interest in so and so field. I believe my background in whatever work you have done could complement your laboratory's expertise in whatever field you are willing for. Okay, and working in your group would also allow me to develop expertise in. So you are also telling that not only you are contributing, but you are also there to learn. That's very important. Okay, you cannot just tell that, okay, I'm a giver, I will just come and I will just keep giving things to you. No, you're also there to learn. So that's what you are going to explain here. Okay, and then fifth paragraph, where you're going to talk about your research goals during postdoc, like during my postdoctoral training. This could be short. I would like to investigate, like, what are the things you want to work upon. Then I'm particular, I'm interested in so and so, and these, like, you can mention various different things. Combining my expertise in whatever work you did with your laboratory's expertise in this could help address, like, we can, like, this is going to tell you that what are the things you are willing to answer during the postdoc application or during your postdoctoral research. Then comes your career goal and closing. So my long-term goal is to, so whatever is your long-term goal, to become postdoctoral training in your laboratory would provide dash experience necessary to achieve this goal. So how that postdoc is going to help you for your like experience for your future goal. And I would be excited to contribute my skills in this will while developing expertise in this. Thank you for the consideration of the application. So this is how a proper SOP could be written. Now I have made it point wise. When you will write down in paragraph, you will yourself see that it becomes like a short paragraph. So 6 short paragraphs, generally a page or so. Okay, I also have one more template. So let's talk about one more second template, where we are going to talk about transitioning to a new research area. Okay, if you are someone who is making a transition from one area to other. Again, the first paragraph will be similar. You are basically introducing your background, transition, and other things. Second paragraph, where you are telling about your PhD research background, it can also be similar. Okay, you are telling the same thing. Now here comes the most important point or most important paragraph where you are talking about your key project and the interest in new area. So a key project in my PhD involves whatever work you did in your PhD. In this project, whatever you did and found that whatever you found, this experience introduced me to certain new things. Let's say during your PhD you were doing in organic chemistry, but during that particular project you looked upon drug and protein interaction, and that's what you can mention, that the experience during this project introduced me to drug protein interaction, and now it sparked my interest in like protein drug interaction or protein small molecule interaction, whatever. Okay, I'm just telling you example. You can mention your interest in that, and now the next paragraph will be like, why this lab? So I'm especially interested in your lab that combines this your work on this especially relevant to my interest. You can mention that what work is relevant to you, to the interest which you have, and I believe my experience in this would be valuable for your ongoing research. At the same time, I hope to develop skills in that particular field through training in your group. This is a very important or a very basic way or a easy way to make a transition closely aligned to your PhD work. Okay, then goals for postdoc, that's your fifth paragraph. Again, it's going to be quite similar to what I have discussed in the previous template. And then your career goal. Okay, so again, the career goal could be very similar to what we discussed. And next, the last template which I'm going to show you is for a highly targeted SOP to a specific PI or lab. Okay, if you are targeting to a specific PI in that case. So in that case, first paragraph will remain same. Second paragraph is again going to remain same. Okay. Key project achievement is also going to remain same. But here, when you are talking about why this lab, you can say that I was particularly impressed by your work on a certain topic. Your study on this raised interesting questions about whatever thing. So here you are specifically talking about certain things. Okay. And I see a strong connection between this and my experience in so and so field. I could contribute to your research going through this and this while learning this and this from your group. And then comes your research goals during postdoc, that is going to remain similar. And then your career goal and closing could be same as what we discussed. So I try to talk about SOP in as detail as possible. See, because we are talking about a very large audience, you must be coming from different chemical or like science background or like non-science background from different places. I don't know from where you are watching. You can comment down that below. It will like motivate me to know how many different fields I am like my audience is from. But yeah, I try to make it in a way so that it resonates with most of you. You can feel the things and still it makes sense to you. I cannot just talk about a specific field. In that case, it would become highly specific thing, and it would be kind of a spoon feeding thing, right? I don't want to do that, because you are applying for a postdoc position. You are mature enough to write things by your own. Don't try to use AI tools for writing your stuffs. Try to include few things of your own. You can use that to improve your writing skills or something like that, but don't just let that AI to write for you. Okay, because if it does that, in most of the cases it will sound too mechanistic, and the other person will get that feeling, and it's not good if the other person gets to know that you are even your input to that. Okay, your things should be like your own, right? So here you can just try to take help from AI, but don't just let everything do like don't just let AI do everything. Try to be in charge of that. All right, so that's it from my side for this particular video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.